Hello and welcome, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the top 10 best ARC transporters, so let's get straight into it. In at number 10, I've decided to put the Gasbags, as I really do like this as a creature concept, especially when it comes to all things transporting. This does have a lot going for it in that sort of niche, let's say. It is a reasonably fast and effective creature for getting around the map with some serious speed, and it has a lot of heft to it when it comes to weight, and that is a key part of transporters. And obviously the speed does apply quite well too, but this has sort of the best of both worlds. The only reason why it's not particularly high on the list is they can be an absolute pain to tame with them glitching all over the place, and on top of that as well, they can take a little bit of getting used to in terms of flying these things for the first time. I definitely didn't have the best time on recording this B-roll because it was a couple months back when I really didn't fly these things a lot. I think it was a good 6 months back actually when I recorded this. At some point I'll redo this and probably show off some better Gasbag flying skills. That's definitely something to consider though. You can bring a friend along with you, which, you know, it makes it nicer. They've just got tons of weight though. You'll have no trouble transporting metal and goods like that around the map with these things. Next up, I've decided to put the Pteranodon, as this is just one of those creatures where it's like you really can't get away with not having one of these to a degree. Yes, it is just really unlocked early on, and that is a great use for it as a early game transporter. This had it was unlocked at level 38, but soon after you do get things which are a lot better, which is why I am going to knock this creature back a little bit. That is why I've knocked this creature back a little bit, but it still does have a lot of merit in transportation, not only from you, but it can get some things around too, like some other players and some resources if you're careful about the weight, which isn't really that great on this thing. It's so much more spread across Arch maps than the Gasbags that I find it simply has to be a better transporter. It's got more access and you unlock it way earlier on. Its tame method is way simpler, simply just a bowler and some tranks. So it's another good transporter, but maybe look for something else if you're at a higher level. Next up, I've decided to put the Snow Owl, and this is one of those creatures where it has the gliding ability. It's very easy to tame. It spawns on Fjorda as well as Extinction, so don't get too miffed about the map. Not sure about the Gasbags actually, but I think that might have a Fjorda appearance somewhere along the lines. But yeah, this is mainly an Extinction creature. I usually tame it on Extinction, but you can do it on Fjorda too. It has the gliding ability, which really does just boost it as a transporter. It adds just so much speed and agility to this creature, although it can't dive bomb attack like the Griffin, which is later on in today's list. It still can do quite a lot when it comes to traveling quickly. It may not seem like a very fast flyer just going around normally. It's only slightly faster than Argent, at least from just observations that I've done. When you do this, it is just such a great flyer and transporter just for all goods. Its weight is very decent too, so is its stamina, and it's got loads of other wide uses too, like this sort of UV, I mean, no, it'll be no, it won't be UV because wrong ray, I'm thinking infrared. There we go, that's heat. UV is that's too high on the electromagnetic spectrum. Sorry, not physics lesson we want here. Either way, back to Arc. Talking about stamina too, they've got tons of it, and that is great, especially for healing up creatures, because the more stamina they have, the longer they can heal for. Their pellets are also great with gachas, and that is just something which I really like about these creatures, and I really like them as a whole. Great transporters, easy to tame, and got some other uses along with them too. In at number 7, I've decided to put the Desmodus. This is one of those creatures where it spawns on Fjorda, and there's a lot going for it other than its transporting abilities, like Sanguine Elixir and the Bloodbag Farms. Just absolutely fantastic ability to have. But again, it has that gliding ability like the Snow Owl. It may not appear to be the fastest flyer right off the bat, although definitely faster than the Snow Owl in general flying. That glide sort of dive bomb thing, which the Griffin also has, again, we will get onto that later. It really does make this thing an even better flyer, but it has a lot of agility and mobility in some other areas too, like the fact that it can grapple onto any kind of wall or vertical surface with absolute ease, even ceilings actually. Just make sure not to press space after you do this, I mean E, not space, because you will fall off your mount, and I'm sure someone's done it before. Just don't make that mistake. Continuing on, I've decided to put the Bloodstalkers. This is my all-time favourite underwater travelling mount as a whole. I love it for all of its underwater travelling needs. At least from my perspective, it really does excel in this aspect. It is a truly remarkable tame for everything like that, but also on the surface too, it really is a great one. But let's talk about why it's so good in the water first. Firstly, actually, not to do with the water, it can glide along the top of the water, and although it's not going to be in the water at the time, it can offer some quick escapes at points where you may need it most. You can also see all the aggros of the creatures around you in a low visibility environment such as the ocean. This is going to be an extremely helpful one, at least it is for me. I'm not blind or anything, but you know, it just helps to know if the creatures are actually aggroed onto you or they're just being, you know, as they are, just sort of NPC things just wandering around and giving you no business or attention whatsoever. But then as soon as you hop out of the water, which is extremely mobile and diverse, and you've got all of that extremely mobile, diverse mobility on land as well, and that is going to hugely benefit it as a creature, and I really love all of its mobility. It deals a reasonable amount of damage too, which people don't give it enough credit for. You are essentially just Ark's version of Spider-Man, and that is also just really cool. In at number 5, I've decided to put the Astrod Delphus and the Tropus as a little mention here as well, as I really do love these two creatures as transporters. They can get a lot of goods from A to B, especially considering their ridiculously fast speed. The only thing that really does hold them back is fuel is required for this to actually work, and they can be a little bit of a pain to tame. Yes, the both of them. The Astrod Delphus, I would say, is maybe slightly harder, definitely more expensive, and the saddle is something which you're going to be spending a lot more time getting up to, but you know, it's still not really the end of the world with a creature like this. You can get quite a significant amount done in terms of, you know, traveling around, and also you can get quite a significant amount done in terms of taming these things, especially on Gen 2, as element is like absolutely everywhere. You can get tons of it in the space biome, you'll have no issues whatsoever. So on that map, they're relatively cheap. I think you can get them on Field as well. They definitely do suit the map nicely. I like them for all of that. They are really great creatures, they're really fast. Just be careful about those requirements, because that's probably the only thing that's really going to be holding you back when using a creature like this one. Now in number 4, I've decided to put the Griffin. Maybe you want to see it higher, but for me this is where I put it in terms of transporters. It has the dive bomb ability, which can deal tons of damage, sort of as it suggests in a way, but that really does attribute it to being quite a nice flyer. This isn't its default speed, by the way. It's been sped up quite a lot here, as I had this really insanely movement speed cranked Griffin, because yes, I use speed levels, I'm that kind of person, and I really love a fast Griffin. It can get a lot done for me, but even at basic speeds, with that dive bomb, you just get an insane amount of acceleration. It actually really is absurd what you're getting of a creature like this, and in just general PvP terms, they are great PvP creatures, but for PvE use as well, they're one which many players do attribute to some of the best. They are truly great in my opinion. Also for doing wide and trench runs, you're going to have no issues with using something like this. For dealing damage, you're going to have no issues with using something like this, and for transporting goods around the map, considering their great weight and general overall stamina and speed, you're going to have no issues with that whatsoever. In at number 3, I've decided to put the Argent, as I find this is, it's just been in the game for a while, okay? Maybe you think the Griffin is a better transporter, but when it comes to things like metal, crystal and obsidian, little can beat the RG. It has been in the game for so long, and it has been carrying it ever since its release. While maybe there's some other creatures, and obviously evidently better creatures for transportation than the RG, considering the creatures which are higher on the list, it's only making the number 3 spot. Still very good. I think this is where it really does need to be, for the fact of how much is just done over all of Arc, and the fact you get 50% weight reduction on things like metal, crystal and obsidian. It's still an insane thing to me. Yes, I might be still a little bit stuck in the primitive age, but I think it really does deserve a lot more than it's getting these days. I love the RG for all that it offers. Its saddle acts as a portable smithy. You've got a nice regen buff. It can pick up tons of creatures and transport them around the map with genuine ease. You're going to find no issue with using this creature as a transporter. While it may not be the fastest out there, that isn't what it needs to be a good transporter. It can carry hefty loads with absolute ease, and you can get around the place, maybe not in the most timely fashion, but you'll get there safely and reasonably efficiently with a lot of stuff with you. In number 2, I was really thinking about this one, but I'm going to put the Rino here because it is a very fast, effective flyer, obviously spawning on the island and the Lost Island, but the fact that it can pick up so many kinds of creatures really does make it such a great transporter in my opinion, and this is why it really does take the cake for me in the number 2 spot. I was thinking put the RG a little bit higher, but I think considering this thing can pick up Rexes, Diplos and Paraceratheriums, it really does just deserve to be here for a great Arc transporter, because at the end of the day, if you can pick up creatures like that, it has to be one of the greats. And yes, cryos exist, and obviously soul traps if you use that mod as well. I do, because cryos frankly are just way more annoying than the soul traps mod. Comment down below if you use that mod as well, by the way. I'd like to know how many other people out there are using said soul traps mod. But yeah, considering it can pick up that wide range of creatures, I think it is extremely deserving of the spot. It is a very fast travel mount too. It is capable of gaining significant speed on it, and it deals quite a hefty amount of damage too. Great for PvP and PvE uses. Its tame method is just exactly the same as the Reapers really. I won't go into it in this video because it could be a little bit of a drag. Let's get into the creature in at the number 1 spot. And finally, in number 1, I've decided to put the Mwing, as I really do like this as a general creature in its concept, but also really, is it beaten when it comes to general travel mounts? The Mwing has just such an insane amount of speed to it. I think it really is unbeaten when it comes to transporters. Maybe it doesn't have the highest weight out there, but it can transport any kind of baby of any size along with it, which is something which can't be said about the Rhinognatha. It can about the Gigantoraptor, but that is not making the list today. I think all the creatures here do definitely succeed that in terms of transporting ability. So you can do all of that, but you can still get quite a lot around with you with like relative ease and across a very long distance in a very short amount of time, because again, Mwings are really the kings of travel when it comes to it. On flat terrain, they are absolute beasts at it. Maybe not going very vertical, but still a lot can be done with these things. They also act as a portal Phoenix off. They're pretty good swimmers, and they can gather berries. There's so much going for these things, but in my opinion, they take the cake for the best travel mounts in Arc, and I don't really think anytime soon that is going to be changing. And give it up for our patrons, Ekaterina Puchkova and Karina Thorne, Dominic Macy, sorry about that name, and everyone else that's on this list. All the people I've mentioned are paid members, and if you feel like that's something you want a shout out at the end of the video, go join the Patreon or become a paid YouTube member.